there are three main components or capabilities of the end-to-end supply chain. The first one, given that we're thinking outside in, is the ability to sense demand or shape demand. If I want to launch a new product or launch a promotion, I'm shaping demand. I'm encouraging, I'm giving the consumer an incentive to buy my product. So the ability to sense demand and also to operationalize demand in demand shaping exercise is the most important aspect. Companies will tell you demand forecast accuracy is everything. The second piece is the ability to reliably supply out of all my manufacturing sites. Now, what's changed is those manufacturing sites are not necessarily just my own sites. They could be suppliers, contract manufacturers. It's really a whole product supply network. So number one is the ability to sense and shape demand. Number two is the ability to reliably and profitably supply to demand. So when demand says I need 1 million, it doesn't help to make 500 or I make 1,500. It literally, I cause all sorts of exceptions in the system when I don't deliver exactly what demand is calling for. So that's the second core capability. Now the third one is exactly the point you've just made, and that is the ability to look at demand, look at capacity, and make balanced trade-offs. Not every customer is equal. I might have a very big, very profitable customer who I'm prepared to manipulate my service levels and my conditions of service, but I may have thousands of smaller mom and pop stores that are not going to get customized service levels. They're going to get basically one set of standard service level agreements. So the ability to profitably and in a balanced way make these trade-offs is really the key that today manifests in sales and operations planning. Most companies today are transforming sales and operations planning. And companies like the Samsungs of the world, that's being led by the CFO and the business unit president. Why? Because they are making important resourcing and revenue-related decisions in the business. If I'm going to launch X million new technology TVs, I look to my supply system to make sure that it can supply those units. And if I can't, I've got to decide, do I downscale the number on the demand side, or do I ramp up the capacity to produce on the supply side? But the point is, I want to maintain the business in an organizationally effective state. It doesn't help to throw surprises at the business and suddenly inject something that the supply system hadn't heard about. You know, we commonly see exceptions caused by sales and marketing going out and promising new products or extensions to products to the retailers, not really collaboratively communicating with the supply operations side. It's a huge surprise when they get handed the requirement to deliver an extra 20 or 30% for a promotion. Guess what? The wheels come off. So, and then we start having people running around expediting. We may have to make procurement decisions that are suboptimal. And so balanced trade-offs is about looking from the outside, operationalizing that demand to the inside, and deciding, is it profitable? Am I going to do this? Am I going to maintain the organization in a balanced set of effectiveness? And it's a very important function. And all those leaders that you see in the AMR Top 25 are very good at doing that. They can read demand, they understand their capacity and their capabilities in the supply side, and they're making those balanced trade-offs. But it's about sales and operations planning. And that's why if you look in the CCI products that we're developing, sales and operations planning and supply network alignment, which is really about building the network, are a very, very important cornerstone of the product, the continuous improvement product.